What's up, YouTube? It's been forever since I've given you guys an update on the house. We haven't really stopped working on it. We've had a few hiccups along the way, but I want to give you a quick update on where we're at right now and what our current project is for the summertime. Behind me here, our well, the casing on it actually has gone out, so we're pumping out sediment and little bits of sand and silt through our water, and it's not good for any of your equipment and it plugs things up. So we are currently going to trench everything over from this well over to the brand new one that just got drilled behind me over there. So our yard is a pigsty, but we are trying to make things a little bit prettier out front, and we've just started some landscaping. Let me show you what we're working on. So we started off with this stone around the edges here, and I just used a laser level and ran it so that it was level with this bottom flange on our steel. So everything sits nice and level here. We picked this up from Home Depot. I think it's about $2 a brick, and it just has this really cool rough edge on it. A dozen or so bricks to get that last 10, 12 feet. And then on the back side of the house, we're gonna do something different. Probably just put in some treated 2x4s and fill it with stone just to save some money that way, because these bricks do get expensive and they add up. But we're really liking how this looks. After we finish this, we're going to add some more black soil, because this is really sandy stuff that I just had in the yard. And we're gonna haul in some more black soil and kind of level this off even more. It already has a really nice taper to it, but we wanna kind of fill in from the old well, which is all gonna get pulled out now. And the bright side of that is looking out this front window. It's literally right in our front yard, and it's kind of an eyesore. So that will clear up that spot entirely. My wife did all this by herself, got all of this plastic laid in, the weed barrier, and we got a couple plants that we're gonna throw in. We just unloaded this big rock that doesn't look that heavy, but I can hardly even budge it. And then we're going to start shoveling in all of this rock here. We got this from our local gravel pit. They dropped off a big pile over here for us. And if you're able to do this, if you have access to something like this, I highly recommend it, because this entire tandem load was like $200 versus in the past we've gotten those bags, those like 40 or 50 pound bags of stone, and you got to get like 4 pallets of them, and it's a pain in the butt to move it. And if you have the equipment, I'm borrowing a backhoe from our neighbor. It's a breeze to just shovel it in and drop it off. But we're gonna cut slits in this weed barrier, get our plants all put in, and I'll give you a little bit update when we start shoveling all the rock. Here's the captain of this project, hard at work. Always, we got our watchdogs, supervisors. Uh-oh, caught in the act. That's awkward. And who knows where Sully Boy's at, chasing tail out there somewhere. I better quit talking and get to work before the boss man fires me. I'll give you an update in a couple hours. And here's what we picked out. It's a perennial grass, partial sunlight, called Blue Arrows for about 20 bucks. Kind of a cool all-season grass-like plant. And then we're gonna add a couple perennials that have some flowers to it. Sounds like some shrub-type plants. On to our third one here. Breeze manning the shovel. We got 2 in. We're getting really excited about how this is all gonna look. Tough isn't happy because we yelled at him for pissing right where we were working. Naughty boy. And Sully's back, our lookout dog, making sure we're protected at all times.
We got mussels shoveling rock over there. We got our plants in, half of them so far. I put rocks in those planters so I can pick up some more plants, so we know where we're putting more. And then we're gonna have a big rock out front here. And then we got that rock over there, and I'm gonna put a bush, thinking, in that corner. Low maintenance, hardy. That's what we're going for.
All right, guys, it's about 9:30. We're calling it quits for the evening. We made a ton of great progress tonight. Our goal was to get a lot done because the next few days are going to be in the 100s. And that sounds like the kind of days where you just sit inside in the AC and find some cold beverages to drink all day long. But we got pretty much the entire front done. There's a few plants that we have to go and purchase still. So we left little openings for those. And the rock right now might not look the best. I was rinsing off all the rock on that main pile and it looks really great on the top layer, everything that got rinsed, but the bottom layer, everything kind of settled down onto it. So it's super muddy right now, but I think you can kind of get the idea of how things are gonna look. All this rock is just super dirty. The bigger rocks here have been rinsed and we're really happy with how this is looking. Bree probably gave you the lowdown. A huge rock is gonna go there and then maybe something cool over here like an old wagon wheel. Over here, we're gonna do a large shrub on this rounded corner. And we made it pretty much to where we wanted to. Now tomorrow morning, we'll probably level off this a little bit better, get rid of all these weeds, and we're gonna keep it pretty simple on this side and probably start filling in rock all the way down to the end of the house. So far, so good. The backhoe has been a huge help. I'm far from a good operator. That was probably pretty obvious in the videos, but it saved us a lot of shoveling. It's just a little bit cumbersome this close to the house, and it's an older unit, so the hydraulics kind of settle on you more than I would like, and we both were getting kind of nervous watching those teeth, the grapples, get way too close to the house and the windows, but without it, we would have been in the hurt bag. We're gonna call it a night for now, and we'll update you sometime tomorrow with more progress.
So I got up really early the next morning to finish off this job, trying to beat the heat. I didn't get a lot of footage, but it's kind of the same cycle as yesterday. I came out with the hose and rinsed everything off because I was really annoyed with how muddy all the rocks looked. And now you can see all those colors kind of popping out, and it looks really great. We were able to go get a couple more plants to finish off the east side of the house. I've got a huge rock at my parents' place that we pulled out of a field. We're going to need the payloader to get that. There's going to be a couple more plants here, a shrub on the corner like we mentioned before, and here's some of those other perennial plants we planted. I just have a little bit more work and we're all done.